dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world. Children waiting for...
The world we live feels so happy and full of joy. The world will continue to grow in a positive way with the expression of good vibes and good energy. There's no such way that life could take any drastic turn any second. Well, that's secondary. The world doesn't need to fail because of some simple nonsense, right? I mean, look, the world's gone through tough times. If the world were to be such a great place, then optimism would fit the characteristic of each being who is reliant on this planet. However, the differences that seek between each other make us feel ineligible to commit to having a welfare balanced life in society that is calm. What and how do I mean by this? Well, it's not difficult to take in the point that in the consideration as well that for the absolute insanity that takes on this earth, politics, working environments, medical care, the endless amounts of criminal acts that are committed, not just on Twitter, but literally outside in the world. I mean, too many to count. And Twitter itself, Twitter is literally why pessimism exists. There's no other reason. These certain things and the evaluations of each event and act in specific create the world that seems imbalanced. Thus, the only answer to the problem is depression. Yes, love depression. Or to make it more kid-friendly so YouTube doesn't end up suing me, masked optimism or pessimism. Just saying. Let's talk about inhalants. It is said by Gale.com that abused products contain chemicals that are volatile. Volatile meaning unusable or unstable. Sorry. Abusers deliberately breathe in these toxic fumes to experience a quick high. Toxic fumes, I will get into here in a bit. Toxic fumes can include, earlier when I'm a Nerd Gaming said, cocaine, meth, bath salts. Those are like uppers, though. Those are like the crazy stuff, like the stuff that you can't grow legally. You gotta fly around the world to find that stuff. You might as well. It is the ultimate trade, except for Halloween. On Halloween, just give that away. Not for free, obviously. It comes with a price with razor blades in your candy, but just give it away. You know. But when you talk about a quick high, you talk about, getting a bag full of glue and sniffing it until you can't breathe. That's a quick high, to put it all in picture. It is said, that these are legal household drugs, and because pharmacies can buy them, it's a main usage that it's actually said 1,000+ households per month have eligibility for the use of inhalants. Since these pharmacies are legally allowed to sell the products, it can lead to accessibility to all ages, which all in turn has depressing effects on all ages. Next, I will talk about chemical imbalance theory. I kind of spoke on, I'm a Nerd Gaming spoke a little bit on it. I don't know who that guy is. He spoke a little bit on the theory of it, and Gale.com says that many people taking antidepressants get better, but whether they work or not is contested. Evidence from the National Institute of Health and Care Excellence suggests that this is not a big enough difference in notability. So, that's a thing. So, there's also no specific biological cause for depression. So, if you have depression, it's probably because your choices just couldn't control itself, and that's not a biological reason because humans aren't supposed to be depressed, I suppose, because that makes sense. Talking about antidepressants. Antidepressants are not alcohol. I should make that clear right now. So even if you stop the use of said alcohol through antidepressants, you still contain yourself from now having an addiction on this medication rather than the alcohol itself, which is worse and entails a effect that could lead to more depression, stress, and death. Just saying. Next, we will be talking about toxic positivity and mental health. Said by onebehavioralhealth.com, while optimism is a healthy attribute, being over optimistic in the face of adversity can be a toxic and negative influence on your emotional wellness. So make it clear to go outside and stop being a weird Discord moderator or whatever the hell you are. Just go outside, I swear to God. I feel like a hypocrite because I have Discord, but I swear I'm not a Discord moderator. It says that by smothering sentiments, endeavoring to move on with a situation, this creates feelings that are repentant for how you feel in return. People, majority of the time, is estimated 75 to 80% of the time, tend to feel embarrassed when they show happiness, which results in fake behaviors, which results in negative reactions from other people that are otherwise sarcastic behaviors, all the things that we all feel like punching the other person's face for no reason because of it. Simple things. And the last thing I will be speaking on is the optimist versus the pessimist, the kind of like main idea of this whole topic. Said by mentalhealth.net, the optimist has a different way of looking at life than the pessimistic one. The pessimist is convinced that the problem is here to stay in our world and can only get worse, while the optimist, on the other hand, feels that while the world is going through debt of $30 trillion, that's not in the quote. I'm just kind of throwing some things out. But going on the quote, even though the world is going through tough times, we can overturn these over time, and the world will hopefully get better. That's if we were not $32 trillion in debt. Anyways, optimism is the idea that you can look around or through things with a different set of behaviors that make yourself feel good, but in one way also make everyone else hate you. Pessimism believes that our world sucks. We are controlled by the devil. We are dying inside. And will continue to do that because humans suck. And they kind of got a point. They kind of got a point there. Optimism and pessimism have opposite ways of thinking, obviously. I explained that a little bit, which in result, a pessimist can lead to depression over time. It's not immediate. Because if you think it's immediate, you got mental health issues. You don't got pessimist issues. You got mental health issues. You better be goddamn helpful to yourself. You better be well enough to go to mentalhealth.net. They could probably fix you with a therapist or something. I don't know. I'm not sponsored by anyone. Who the hell would do that? Anyways, so to conclude how dark this pessimistic world is and the fact that optimism really doesn't exist because people don't want to believe that it exists, go in the comments right now and share kind of like details, either on the points that were liked by your interest, things that could have been better besides myself, because look at me. I look like a pepperoni pizza right now. And more importantly, how has this similarly affected you? And you don't have to leave stories. I don't expect 2 paragraphs worth of crap that I bet you probably just pulled from Reddit as a complete hoax. But you don't have to pull a story. You can. But either... when I say affects you, I mean, how does it affect you, and how would you like to, if it did affect you, how would you like to go around it? What would be your kind of standpoint? Because drugs isn't the answer. It's just not. Anyways, I'm going to go back outside and cry myself to sleep, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out, guys.
Very, very